welcome to Miss Fairy's music class. Today we're going to read some rhythms and we're going to make our own instruments. Now I went around my house and I just gathered up lots of different things, trying to think of what might you have at your house that you could use. So I gathered up, first I went into my kitchen cabinet, and when I cook fried chicken I use Crisco, and no, this is not a commercial for Crisco, but I got a can of Crisco, and I also had a small can of Crisco. The nice things about these is they have the rubber tops, but they'll make, since they're two different sizes, they'll make two different sounds. Today we're going to make drums, and I got a couple of different things that you might have around your house. Another thing that you could use is a Clorox wipes jar, or a bottle, whatever that's called, and I got a large vitamin bottle, and we can just make two different sounds from these. And to make the sounds, we're going to hit the tops of these with some mallets. Now at school, if we were at school, we would have our own drums, and we'd have mallets if we needed them. But at home, I don't have any of these mallets, and you probably don't either. So I thought, what would make some good mallets? And you can think up things probably even more than I can, so use what you have. I went into my drawer and I got 2 tablespoons. So I'm going to take these tablespoons and I can do this, or I can do this, or I went out in my yard and I got 2 sticks. Now, you might even have 2 pencils at your house. And in a few minutes, we're going to put some of these different things I've got around my house, and we're going to make a little drum set. Now, you might want to find something round. I used some cookie tins that I had. I've got the Crisco, I've got this. Another thing that I got was a Tupperware container. I took the top off of a large Tupperware container, and I can use that as a drum. Or I have these that I usually keep my dog's dog biscuits in, and sometimes their dog food in if they're going away for the weekend or something like that. I've used these, and they have little tops on them. When I took the tops off, and I filled them, as you can see, with some water, and I poured a little food coloring in there so that maybe, I hope this is showing up on the camera. And I put a little bit of water here, and then on this one, I added a lot of water. So hopefully I'm going to have 3 different sounds by adding different water levels to each container. And now I'm going to get out my sticks, and let's see what it sounds like. Or I can hit them on the sides if you'd rather hit them on the sides. So we're just trying out sounds. We're not ready to play yet. We're just trying out our sounds. Another thing is I got 2 spray bottles. I had 2 different types of hairspray. If you're going to use your mom's hairspray bottle, you better ask her first. And these can also add to our sounds. So now I'm going to move these hairspray bottles here, and I'm going to add my Crisco cans. And again, you can use whatever you have at your house. And now we're going to see what this is going to sound like. I'm just using my spoons with this. Another thing that you might have at your house is maybe you have some boxes that you could use. And so I went and I found a box that I used at Christmas time, and I found a shoe box, and I found a box where we recently had something shipped to us in a small box. So I've got 3 different size boxes. So in theory, since they're all 3 different sizes, I should have 3 different sounds. Let's see what happens. And I haven't tried this yet, so you're the first ones to see me try this one out. 3 different sounds. Cool. So use what you have at your house. Maybe it's a shoebox. Maybe it's a can of beans. Maybe it's a can of Crisco. Maybe it's a bottle of laundry detergent with the top screwed on really tight so your laundry detergent doesn't go woo and your mom gets mad at you. So we don't want that. We want moms and dads to be happy because we love our moms and dads. And thank you, moms and dads, for all that you do. All right, now, one thing that you might want to do with your newfound instrument, maybe you want to decorate it so it doesn't look like a can of Crisco. So I went up and I found some leftover Christmas paper that I had around the house, and I found some tape. Now, if you don't have any wrapping paper left over from Christmas, maybe you take just a piece of paper that you have around the house and you paint or you color on it and you make some sort of design that you want. And then you take your tape and you tape it to your Crisco can, or you could use hot glue gun if you wanted to. If you have a bunch of yarn around the house, maybe you want to take the yarn and glue it to around the edge of the Crisco can so that it makes some sort of shape. So it doesn't look like Crisco. You don't have to do this, but kind of cool if you made your own drum and decorate it yourself. So I'm going to take my Crisco and I'm going to take the paper and I'll wrap the paper around the can and tape it together so that I have a pretend drum until we get back to school and we can make our own drums. And I'm going to take the tape now and tape paper here, one strip there, one strip there, and ta-da! I now have a pretty little drum. Want to see that up close? I'll have to walk around to the camera. This is it up close. Isn't it pretty? And see, it's a Crisco can, but nobody will know it with my cool decoration on it. Yay! Okay, now we're going to experiment now with ta, ta, ti, ti, ta. And I think I'm going to use these 3 boxes for now. I'm going to use ta and ti, and you might not know what ta and ti are. So, this is a ta note, and we call it a quarter note. Its real name is quarter note, but its nickname is ta. And we're going to do 4 tas like this. Ta, 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 ta. And so if we were to clap that, that would be ta, 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 ta. Now I'm going to take my drum and I'm going to do it with my drum. Ta, 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 ta. And now I'm not going to say it out loud. I'm going to think it in my head as I play my drum. Now, if we wanted a moment to pause and have a rest, then we would have a rest note or a quarter rest. And this is what the quarter rest looks like. And this is what we're going to call it, rest. Now, when we're in the classroom, we show rest like this, rest. So if I wanted to say ta, 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 rest, I would do it like this, ta, 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 rest. But we're not in the classroom. But I'm going to have a video linked to this in a second where you're going to play your drum to the tas and the titis on the video. And I'll show you what a titi is in just a second. So right now, here is a titi, or 2 eighth notes. They get 1 beat, just like the quarter note does, or the ta. You can call it quarter note or ta. So our titi is going to go into 1 beat. Titi. So if I'm stomping my foot to the beat, ta, 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 you see how that TT fit into that beat? All right, now on our drum, we're going to play the TT on my Crisco can and the tas on my box. Ta, ta, TT, rest. Rest. See how that worked? Now, what if I wanted to play 3 of my instruments? So now I'm going to have ta, ta, ti, ti, ta, and on that last ta, I'm going to play the hairspray bottle. All right, now, like I said, you can use anything around the house or out in your yard. I've got 2 sticks. Now, if you're using something that doesn't have a lot of weight to it, you are going to have to hold it on top so that you can make sure it doesn't go flying across the room. All right, another thing that I used these 2 cans. This is like a cookie can. And one of the interesting things that I found about this cookie can is I can change the sound with what I add to it. So I'm going to start out with my cookie can with nothing in it. And this is what it sounds like. But I wanted to change the sound of it. So I took some rags and some dishcloths here and I'm going to put them inside my can. Let's see if it changes the sound. All right, here we go. I think it changed the sound. So you can play with changing the sound. Here's it without the cloths. And then here it is with our cloths going in. And this is the sound now. So it did change it. All right, so I've got my 2 sticks. I've got 2 different cans. Ta, ta, or you might just want to use one drum. Maybe you want to mix it up a little bit. You want to add a box to this. Let's do a box, this, and my Clorox container. Alright, I'm like, I don't like the sound of that. I'm going to mix that up, and now I'm going to add my bottle here, my large container that I put my dog's biscuits in, cookie, you know, dog bone biscuits. Oh, I like that. And you can make up your own rhythm pattern with your newfound instruments. Remember, you can find something around the house. Don't take something that you haven't asked permission to use. You can use anything. You can use bottles of hairspray. Anything really can be a percussion instrument. And we can explore different rhythm patterns and playing our instruments to these rhythm patterns on the link that I'm going to show you at the end of this video. There's going to be a link on my website that's going to take you to a site where they're going to have tas and TTs up on the website, and you're going to play with your instruments that you're going to make with those notes. And there's music in the background, so it's kind of cool. And the notes highlight when you're supposed to play them. So it's really easy to follow, and it's going to be fun. And when we get back to school, I want to have you have a day where you're going to bring in the instruments that you made at home. So don't forget how you made them. And when we get back to school, we'll have a show and tell day in music class where you can bring and show us what rhythm pattern did you make up. Did you make up something? Or you can even add words to it. I want to go to school today. Well, I don't know whether you'll say that, but I'd like to say that. And you can just add it up. See, I got 5 different sounds there. And mix it up. one. So, explore, create. You guys are more creative than I am. Just look around your house. Sticks from out in the yard. 2 pencils. Spoons. Here we go. I'm going to make it up with spoons. Be careful, that just splashed on me, so maybe you might want to add a little less water. Anyway, be creative. You can use any sort of box, you can use any sort of container, but make sure again that you ask mom or dad, grandma, grandpa, aunt, uncle, whoever you're staying with right now, ask them first if you can use that to make your instruments. I hope you'll enjoy the video I've sent you. I'll see you soon. Bye. Love you.